Before the rescues, Iranian officials were offering a reward to people in the area if they could capture one or both of these crew members, which is really a worst-case scenario. Military personnel, though, they train for that.
They learn how to hide, how to run, how to survive, how to use whatever resources they come across in order to help their survival. And in the worst case scenario, if they're captured, they learn how to conduct themselves under that type of situation.
All right, so let's dig more into this. Joining us now is former Air Force officer Atlas Aultman. Thank you for being here, Atlas. Appreciate it. You went through SERE school, and it's S-E-R-E, and that stands for Survival, Evasion, Resistance, and Escape. So you actually went through the school that this pilot and this weapons officer both went through. And I heard something interesting today that the chairman of the Joint Chiefs said the biggest weapon they have is their spirit to survive and their spirit to fight. Explain that to me.
Yeah, the SERE school, it's actually in order. The survival part and the evasion part is what we saw with the last couple days of the last aviator being rescued. The spirit part comes in the training. Each time you go through a SERE training, and there's more than one, you get a sense of mental fortitude, is what they would call it. And it's how far can I push myself to evade the enemy, to survive on land that I don't know. And what's interesting about this one too is with Iran, that's a very hostile environment. Not only because of the warnings that were put out to try to find this guy, to try to find him before we did, but because of the environment itself. From what I hear, he survived a 5-mile run/hike, barely missing the enemy multiple times, while he was beaconing, trying to get us to have a CSAR, a combat search and rescue team, come in. And the Air Force really did a good job with this.
Yeah, because at the end of that 5-mile run, he hiked a 7,000-foot mountain. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing too.
Yeah.
A mountain. So you put miles after surviving an evac out of an aircraft. You know, when you eject out of an aircraft, there's a 30%, according to Notre Dame, chance that you have some spinal injuries. And we're hearing that he's injured. So we did all this injured. That's the spirit of an airman right there.
Okay, we got about a minute and a half left. So once you are, thank goodness it didn't happen here, captured, but you are trained to handle the capture. Explain that to me.
Yeah, if he would have been captured, who knows what would have happened. We saw a couple bad instances in history. We've seen people tortured. We've seen them drugged through villages and beaten. We've seen them caught on fire. Who knows what would have happened if they would have caught him. The crazy thing to me is the social media feeds coming out of Iran, where I see people actually shooting at American teams that are going after search and rescue missions. And there was a lot of it going on in southern Iran. So they had a lot of social media to get out there. But to see these people actually engaging, that was absolutely crazy to me.
And they also talked about how dangerous it was, especially going after that the pilot, the first rescue that they did, because they were out there in mid-daylight, flying low and slow, and actually taking small arms fire. So people out there with pistols and rifles shooting at our aircraft because they were down that low.
Yeah, and you could feel the spirit. You could feel the spirit of them shooting, while the people are like huzzah, which means good in their language. And it's just like, oh my gosh, if he gets captured, who knows what's going to happen? It's absolutely mind-boggling. But yeah, the resistance part is.
And quickly here, the fact that we pulled this off, is it pretty incredible to you? I mean, what are the chances of having this happen the way it did?
Yeah, in 1980, we saw a failed Iranian hostage situation. And yesterday, we saw an absolute success. And a lot of air power, a lot of manpower. The airmen are fantastic. They got to prove that they are fantastic on a world stage. It's just amazing to see.
Atlas, thank you for coming in. Thank you for your service. Appreciate it.